I got one more for you guys, and that's not snow. That is sand, because we are on our way from Austin, Texas to White Sands, New Mexico. We make some stops on the way. We make some friends. We're obviously in our two Rykers. If you're not used to the channel, you'll learn about that. We make some other new friends, like these cats here. That was a lot of fun. Some little dudes tearing it up on some motocross. Mostly joking around and riding other things like that, other than Rykers. But Ryan and I, our Ryker 600s, we hit the road, and we get cold. We see some cool stuff like this in Roswell. It's going to be a 3-part series. We're going to start the first one with this episode here from Austin, Texas to Roswell. And that shows kind of the gear we got set up there, how it gets cold and then it gets hot, because this is desert stuff if you're not used to it. We were not. So this is definitely a learning process of both of us on our Can-Am Rykers. So like I said, 3-part series. This is the first one, so it's a good time to subscribe. ThrillMouseMoto. So we hit it. This is not going to be a lot in the dark. I just wanted to show this one part because there's like these trippy red lights that blink every now and then above Ryan riding his Ryker there. That's because in this part of West Texas we have these windmills. So at night they're cool because they light up like this and it goes across like the whole horizon that you cannot see, and we'll get some shots of that during the daylight too. But we had to hit it at like 4 a.m. I think. We took like 2-hour naps and then hit it just because we were just stoked about going. This is our first like big road trip. I think from here all the way to White Sands is like 600 and something miles. So, but like I said, we stop in Roswell first, and then we finish the rest of the trip from there to White Sands. But this is the first stop that we made. We don't really show a lot on this, but it's when it finally started getting some daylight so we can start filming. And you can see this is my improvised cold weather gear I got going on there. The mask was really just because it was just so cold. I don't have vents that close on the front. So I was just getting cold air just going straight up my nose. I was getting snot everywhere. So I was like, I can at least put the mask on. It'll kind of keep me warm a little bit. We were not expecting. I think there was like a cold front that came through too. So it was like the day before it was hot. So we were not ready. Wasn't a thought in our brain. And if you know how it kind of works out there in the desert type area, it's just cold at night, period. It could be hot during the day. It just didn't matter. But I'm wearing my gloves, so I look like I'm like super cool safe. But really I was just cold. Got the gloves on, wore those like up until you don't see them a little bit later when the sun's really out. I got my tuxie on. I plan on making a whole video about that. If you're wondering what that whole black jumpsuit thing is I'm wearing, I really just bought it for the rain in case something ever happens where I think I'm gonna get caught in it. So that was a must for me to bring on the road trip. So I'm not quite quasi-motard with being ready for these road trips and camping and things like that, but I figured let's do it. Let's get it out of the way. And Ryan, he's always down. I think he's wearing like a windbreaker and he like froze. There he is right there pretty much the whole way. We later on, spoiler alert, on the way back, we like buy all this like thermals and long sleeves and long johns and stuff like that. But there's some good views there added in here. Like I'm not going to show, of course, the whole road trip, but as far as us riding, but you got to get some good riding in these videos and show those windmills. So these are some of my favorite. I was pretty much filming the whole time, but these are my favorite views. I want to say this is the closest one we got to. We're even thinking about jumping out and getting a closer view, but it's too early in the trip to be getting in trouble for stuff, and we're really just trying to get there. And we are just freezing. I mean, I know the lights out, but it just like got colder at one point until the sun really came out. And like I said, not ready. Ryan was actually wearing shorts when we took off. And at the first gas station, he like put some of his pants on and stuff. I was like stacking stuff up. I'm wearing that regular denim hoodie underneath this, so I'm pretty layered up, and I was still actually pretty cold. And I did stop at this spot. It was really cool. It's like these little abandoned farmhouse things. This is actually the first time I've ever took my Can-Am Ryker, and it's just a 600 2019. out off the road, and it was only because I saw those tracks there. So I figured, if other people were doing it, it can't be too bad. But nothing really happened, and we got to jump out and take some cool pictures. I really liked it because even with these houses here, you could see the windmills in the back. So during the trip, of course, Ryan's on that Instagram, and I am too, but he posts a lot of pictures from what we saw, and we kind of overlap them with the video. So they just let you know what's going on. But that's it. I mean, that's the view, and those Rykers look pretty cool in that grass like that. Like they're lions or something pouncing in that grass. Came out pretty sweet. Oh, we also came across this. So what are the odds of that? It's kind of ironic. It's like the three-wheel, like those old three-wheelers. They're like illegal in most states these days from how they flip you and like to break your arms and stuff when you're kids. So that was kind of a weird surprise since we're, going across the state riding three-wheelers of our own.
Here, I'll get a picture too. Pretend like you're standing on, like they stand on the...
the Ryker?
Yeah.
No, they go like this, like this.
That's funny, dude. The Rykers are gone.
Yeah. That was actually probably my favorite stop out of this, because we got some good pictures, and like I said, the Instagram thing, so you should follow us on there, or at least follow Ryan. He's usually one taking the good pictures because I'm too busy filming. But I know a lot of people, or some people that watch the channel, they may not own Rykers and stuff, so I try to add a couple little things in here. Like some people don't know that there's like a two-port USB charger inside the Can-Am Ryker. They don't usually run, or they don't run unless you wire it that way. I'm not sure if you can do that unless the Ryker's on. So I was just making sure my phone was good with my GPS, because I was just keeping it on the charger the whole road trip was kind of my plan. And then that was me trying to come up with a way to get out of there. I was going to, just try to just do a shortcut, and then I already saw like 2 pieces of like wood that may have had nails in them or something. I wasn't trying to be risky in our first few miles, and we still have another few hundred miles to go. So I'm not trying to be out for the count just because I wanted to mess around. And even like this right here, I thought that was like a huge rock from what I could see, and it's just like a empty bag of concrete or something like that. So I'm definitely being cautious. Like I want to do these things and pull over and take these opportunities. I mean, that ended up being like a pretty cool view to take some pictures. So I don't want to pass that stuff up. We are on a timeline here. The idea is we leave from Austin, Texas, and go to White Sands, New Mexico, and back in like less than a day and a half. So there's not a whole lot of time for anything. I think the main mess up on this that we learned was just not sleeping before we left. Ryan actually worked until like midnight, and then we hung out and stuff, and then like took a 2-hour nap and then left at 4 a.m. So that's kind of where not smart was happening from the beginning. And then up until probably this point here is when it was kind of like a drag, because we were tired and it was just so cold for us. We're from Texas. But then about like here, I would probably say we're having a blast. Then it all kind of just works out. We kind of figure out what we're doing and how kind of crazy that is, going that far. Maybe not for some people. I mean, like I said, the only person I know that travels that far is Quasi. And he does it well, and he's pretty experienced and knowledgeable and everything like that. So we're just kind of experimenting, just jumping out, and we just kind of zip around town on these things. So doing this.
Pizza Hut Taco Bell is my favorite. Actually, it's my second favorite. My number one favorite is Pizza Hut Taco Bell KFC.
Yeah, dog. You get that personal pan pepperoni, and you get a chicken quesadilla, and then you get that biscuit. And then I just like showing some of the old towny stuff. I mean, a lot of people live in old towny stuff. I kind of do, but sometimes it's cool. Like this brick road, period, riding the Ryker on that was kind of weird, and it was also kind of weird that manages to have potholes like that. But those cool cars, let's go to those cool classics with a little trailer in there. I think it's like a fixture that's part of that building. because I want to say on the way back I saw them and maybe like another car. But we were pretty tired on the way back, so maybe that was a hallucination. I don't know. But look, this is when we're obviously starting to have fun, and it's all kind of just sinking in. And then the sun's out, obviously, because Ryan's guns are out. So we're feeling good, feeling the sun. You can see I'm not wearing those gloves anymore, and I don't have my tuxie on. And I'm just rocking the long sleeves. Like I said, I was layered up. I had that long sleeve shirt on, and then my regular denim hoodie, and then the tuxie. We pull over. I forgot what place this is. I might list it at the bottom if I can think of it, because I like this Roadrunner. And we're friends with another YouTuber, Ryker Roadrunner UK, so I wanted to get a cool picture for him to send it to him. So emailed it to him. We thought it was pretty funny, and I like Roadrunner, obviously. You know, I like Looney Tunes stuff.
Yeah, slingshot. Slingshot.
See those aliens?
Say what?
Oh, slingshot.
Slingshot. I was hoping that that's what that was back over there. It was a Corvette. We're probably gonna have to get gas at that Valero.
See those UFO things?
Metal things?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Like if you had one in your yard.
Yeah, so the slingshot guy ended up coming back around, but I accidentally turned my camera back on like time lapse, so it was just like taking photos the whole time. But I still thought he was pretty funny, and he was pretty cool, and he was showing us everything while we were chilling, so I wanted to add him in there. There's this picture coming up that I really wanted to have in there, because I don't really get the context of it at all. It's like, he was like buffing it out, and it's like my arm is telling him not to, like if he's one of those dudes trying to clean your windshield, and I'm like, no, thank you. So, but he was showing us something like I really don't remember. We were like pretty tired and stuff, but he was a nice guy. And we kind of learned that with everyone, even with those biker waves there. Everyone was really nice all through. Like I said, it was pretty much dark the whole time we were in West Texas, but in New Mexico, everyone that we ran into, they were real nice. There was just times that we would have to pull over for whatever. I forgot to put my gloves on, I forgot to put my earplugs on or something like that. And then like a car would just stop traffic on the highway, anything that we were on, and ask us if we were cool, and then like drive off, and we're like giving them the thumbs up. It was like, wow. Not saying they're not like that in Texas, but it's just always interesting to know how the majority of a certain community is in different areas, and that's what we learn about traveling. That's real cool. And we get to Roswell, and they got a series of these signs. I think there's really like 2 entrances, exits. So there's 2 different ones that look kind of similar. There's a really cool one that looks like the spaceship is like picking up cattle. I like that a lot. And that building beside it, I forget what it is, but it's like condemned now. But I'll probably type it at the bottom. But like I said, getting those Instagram shots, that one came out pretty cool. And then we're there. This is like the main strip. I kind of go over it in a little bit of dialogue right here, but we're just pretty close to the motel now.
That's the UFO museum. I think my GPS stopped working, but it's just down here, dude. But this is the whole strip. When they have that festival, like the anniversary of the crash, there's like petting zoos and like all kinds of vendors and stuff here. It's pretty sweet. They do like a parade and everything.
Yeah, when we went to Colorado, I drove through Roswell, New Mexico. It was a trip I took with my girlfriend and my father, and we ended up being part of that whole anniversary festival, and it was cool. They say that's the only time to go, and we did. And this time we're really not hanging around. After we park and everything, we kind of cruise around for the night, but really head out to White Sands. But we're exhausted at this point.
Made it.
What?
Made it.
We made it? I made it too? I don't feel like I made it.
Me neither. No, I was asking, did we make it?
Oh. Find out.
Yeah, we crash out for like, we do 2 hours. Yeah, we do a 2 hour nap, and then we crash out, take a 2 hour nap, and then we go hit the strip. Now, there's nothing really going on except for like a canceled biker rally thing, and that's why you see some bikers come around. But, you know, there might be, it's still like a weekend. I think it was Sunday, so there's still some people probably riding around hanging out. So we hit it. Now, if it looks weird to use because I have the phone or the camera on my backpack.
There's a thing that says custom stickers made, like, on the other side.
Yeah, I was like, what does that mean? What does that do?
Oh God, I don't know. See this giant alien right now, this coffee shop. Huge. Oh, alien everything, dude.
Dude, he swolled up too. He hasn't missed leg days or nothing, dude. He's got arms and legs done. Nice.
Crush it. Let's go check it out.
The light.
Oh, you can't even go in right. Oh, you can go in. Can you? No. It's like, you're like, it's no big deal. It's just my McDonald's.
Yeah, so Roswell has that alien UFO McDonald's. That's pretty sweet. So I had to check that out. And we try to catch up with some lowriders.
Did those lowriders, is that where these lowriders were?
Yeah, what are you there?
I was seeing if they stopped. I should have worn my camera, dude.
Yeah, he was just yelling at me, and then yeah, they pulled into that gas station, so I guess they just went a different way.
I was like, man, if they went in that gas station and stopped, dude, see if I can get some footage, dude.
I think is this the cross street where it's like, you can cruise this one too?
I don't know.
Yeah, so we see the lowriders like pull into a gas station. By the time we loop around, they're already gone. And there's like 3 or 4 of them. And then we're just like, okay, we'll just do something else. So we take a picture, or I take a picture behind this little UFO stand-up for photo op deal, to where I'm like on the Ryker still, but I'm like on the Ryker in the spaceship. You can see that totem there. But we hear the lowriders drive by, and then it catches our attention here.
Oh! Oh no! We gotta go follow those guys. Did you take a picture?
Yeah, so we hit the road then, now that we see them, and try to catch up to them, because now we know that we're behind them. So, and from whatever happens, I'm not sure, we end up getting ahead of them somehow, or I do, and I think in traffic, and I don't notice it, and then Ryan comes beeping by. And then now I'm just trying to catch up to Ryan and the lowrider cars to get a good view, but we end up getting it, so it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's a chill night, and we're not really trying to get into too much, So it's cool just to be able to film something like this. Like I said, we obviously don't have our helmets on because we're just gonna be cruising around the strip. So I had this little, was kind of trying to be prepared, like a couple months even before this. I bought this little clip that goes on your backpack that you can attach the GoPro to. I do my DJI Osmo Action on it, and then to get like this shot here, I just kind of have my left hand on it and I'm just kind of pointing it in the direction that I want it to film. If not, it would just be hanging all crooked like how you've seen when I'm riding. But getting that shot right there, look at that thing. I'm not sure what those chains do in the back, but if any of you guys know that, put it in the comments, because it was pretty cool, because I think you can hear them at certain points. But man, he's got it up in the back, man. And then we see, I'm not sure if we end up seeing or getting in film where they're jumping kind of like they were, but we end up getting ahead of them or trying to find the other guys. We cut around and catch up to them all over again. And there's a biker there also, and I think he's just trying to get somewhere. You can see we're even messing with him there just by going around him. I mean, we're just trying to catch these guys, you know. So he ends up zooming past as they get by right there. But Ryan said he was cool. He said he like fist bumped him. He was so close, like a second before that. So he was cool. He wasn't mad about nothing, but trying to get them shots. We don't live there. We're not used to that stuff. So then we stop and just get a bite. That's pretty much most of the night.
He just was just going crazy next to me.
I like pull up and he's like on his cell phone.
Oh wow.
So he's got like all jacked up in the back, just constant slamming it with the chains, and he's just like texting. And I was thinking that he must be separated. He's probably hitting them up, seeing what corner they're turning on.
Right.
So I was all like,
Yeah, like I got next to him and I was like, oh, you ready? And he just started, darn. I'm like, I should have a camera.
I know. It's like, see, we should say that we're not gonna film, and then hide the cameras, and then let all this stuff happen, and then put the cameras on, and then.
Awesome.
Yeah, this was a cool custard spot. We just ended up getting a couple sandwiches and some drinks. And like I said, like I was saying just a bit ago there, is that I wish I had my camera, but I just like, at least I brought something just in case. So I was able to capture some stuff and show you guys. But this is just part one. I still have 2 more videos that come out. That's just Roswell. That is just the first destination. We go to Fox Cave, Ruidoso, and then of course we go to White Sands, which is the highlight of the whole deal and the whole, you know, objective we're doing here on this crazy road trip on 2 Can-Am Ryker 600s. So definitely stay tuned. I'm gonna do the playlist thing, but subscribing is gonna be the best way. I don't know if I'm gonna drop stuff in between them, but you don't want to miss out, because it's actually probably gonna be my favorite videos. I don't know about best, but my personal favorite videos. I mean, there's just some views just like that. Ryan looking cool on there. That's the Fox Cave. That's what comes up. We go in there and mess around. It's just like a little bit of a preview. Just want to show you what's in the next video. And then of course, after all this, we hit up White Sands, and it's just wild. I never thought I'd be doing something so cool on the Ryker like that.
No.
He's a butler and a pirate. No. Yeah, is he? Yeah, he is. Butler pirate.